Oh, there's more chairs in here today. How are you, team? I'm going to say hello as I always do. How are you?
So, Mark, well done. Congratulations, buddy. Well done.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Got in there.
Yes, please.
Thank you, mate. You are incredible.
Details.
I just want to say Steve's incredible.
Thank you. Got that on camera. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Marc Skinner's post-match press conference. Who'd like to start us off? Anyone?
Go on.
Wembley sounds nice.
It sounds nice. It fits, right? It sounds nice. Yeah, it does. We needed to do something different today that we hadn't done in the previous Chelsea games. We're a footballing team, and whenever we've opened Chelsea up, we haven't had to take our chances. They've countered us, and we're a bit more open. Today it was about being a little bit more direct, sacrificing a little bit without the ball. And like I got Tooney up to half time going, Gaffer, I'm doing doggies, but she knew why. And it's moments like this that you create opportunity. Look, it doesn't always happen that way, but today it has. And the players, the defensive capability of the whole team outweighs an attacking part today. And that is something we should admire, because we always admire great football, but great defending is also, you get a bit of luck in that, of course, but it's something different, and credit to everyone involved today for that.
You also needed some individuals to perform really well. I mean,
of course.
I'll talk about Mary for a start.
Yeah. I mean, we have to, right? We have to. Chelsea have an incredible squad depth, and that brings along its different challenges for Emma to manage, of course. But you need your players to step up in one-off games, and that's saved by Mary. And again, let me be clear, I'm not comparing it, but there was a David Seaman save a long time ago where it's a clawed-out save, and we always talk about that. Well, that's up there for me with that kind of incredible athleticism, the power in her arm to move it and to keep it out and push it away as well. The detail is incredible, and we needed her in that big moment. But I also saw Maya Letitia, Millie blocking, Aoife blocking, my midfielders blocking on the edge of the area, and as a collective, everyone, the forwards were pressing all over the place, and it's an incredible feeling for them. Thank you.
Next.
Well, I remember when we played Arsenal away this season, and we kind of talked about how much do you sacrifice, not having the ball and getting the balance right between wanting to play on your terms, but also knowing that you might be better off countering in an opportunity like that. It felt like today, you got it spot on, really. How pleasing is it to kind of devise the game plan and then watch the players sort of like execute it?
Do you know, it's hard, mate, because the balance you have as a coach is you're trying to design what your team look like going forward. So you're trying to design an attacking team, right? But if you don't ever attack in those bigger moments, the bigger games like the stadium games, you never see if they can do it or not. And of course, you might risk taking a defeat. But there's an adaptation point, right? And you only get punched in the face so many times before you learn how to dodge. And today, we've had to adapt, we've had to evolve, and we've had to use different players to do so. But that doesn't take anything away from the players that haven't started today. They're incredible for when we need them. And that's what building a team's about. So I think we've adapted, we've evolved, and it feels good. But what's feeling good other than the moment, right? For me, it's about if the players feel good and the players are ready and the fans go home happy, then it feels good for a longer period than just that moment.
And you said about doing something different today. Rachel Williams obviously kicked, from the first minute. I don't know whether it was a surprise for Chelsea seeing her start or something, but can you just talk about her role and what she brought in that difference?
If you were Chelsea and you were predicting our starting lineup, you wouldn't have put Rachel in from the start, right? So we knew that would give us an edge from the off. Of course, it's an incredible moment to score so early and it settles the game. I get that, but what we wanted to do was give their 3 real threats, and that's not just with the ball; it's without the ball. And so you saw for that, it's the flick, it's Leah being aggressive, and then Luthia crashing the back zone. So for us, it was about, that's how I wanted to start the game. We don't have some of the physical types that Chelsea will have, and they can outrun you at times. So we have to be compact, and we have the quality to score in those moments. So, and I always love your questions because they always make me talk about football. Thanks, mate.
Hi, Mark.
How you
Ask
doing?
about Ella too, especially with
Yeah.
her role in the second goal, because I guess with the tackle and then the cross, you're showing kind of both sides and being a midfielder.
Yeah, she's you know, as I said earlier, Tuni always runs incredible distances in a game, by the way, but when you mentally don't have the ball for a while, it's a different type. You might run the same distance, but you have to affect the game differently. So the reason I talk about that is to stay alive in that moment, to physically impact the ball, which I think she would want to do a little bit more as well. But the pinpoint cross for Rachel it just shows the level of the player. And again, Tuni will rise and rise and rise. She's a fantastic player.
How does it feel to get one over Chelsea? It feels like kind of the final level of the video game. So.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what though? I don't live in that. Like Chelsea are a fantastic team. Emma's had a fantastic team. So I'm not. You could play them again and lose the game. I'm not. I'm a realist. So it's not about me beating Chelsea. I've beaten Chelsea before when I was at Birmingham in a semi-final of the FA Cup. So I've done it before. But for me, it's about the players believing in that moment. And look, on another day, look, I'm not silly. On another day, Chelsea could have won the game. Chelsea, they'd get a chance here because they're incredible players. But credit to Manchester United and the movement of our team today because we stopped them doing that. Thank you.
Mark, you had a really interesting phrase when you said, what's feeling good but a moment or other than a moment?
Yeah.
Which someone somewhere is going to get like embroidered and pasted on the living room wall. But I found it really interesting, obviously, this time last year, or the year before, I can't remember now, but you were on the reverse of this at Wembley, on the side of this exact team. And what, as a manager, are your feelings, and are you able to celebrate with this, or are your celebrations that feel different inside? And is your disappointment more muted, or what, as a manager, how do you deal with the emotions?
It's a really good question because I looked on the bench at 2-3 minutes to go, and Charlotte Healy, my assistant, she's like literally shaking, and you just get more experience, and you know that you got to believe in your team. That's just because she's that excited, and I think it's about calming everybody down. Like you as a leader, you have to absorb a lot of things thrown your way. And you also have to make sure that everybody else is calm in moments. But then when you raise them, it's a psychology, right? You know a lot. We've talked a lot about the psychology of it. But what I want to be clear is, what I meant by celebrating in a moment is we soon forget. I've watched my daughter be 0 and then she's 5. And I've got a new one. And it's I'm seeing the difference of that stages again. And it's just about spending time in the moment when everybody else wants something from you. Everybody else wants me out of a job. Everybody wants this. They want this. They want this because it makes news. I get it. I understand it. But all I can stay is true to who I am and make sure my team know that I'm consistent and I do what I need to do to get the best for them. And I love them, care for them, and I want to take this team to the highest level. We've got work to do, mate. Everybody knows that. But I'm here to do that. That's my job. Okay?
Mark, you mentioned about Mary Oaks.
No. Yeah, sorry. That was me. Sorry, because you got you both in my eye line. Sorry.
So, you mentioned about Mary Oaks. Obviously, it was a disappointing moment for her last week, losing the spot in England team. How do you think she responded to that? Do you think she sort of had a point to prove, maybe showed that she's England's number one, maybe best in the world still?
I mean, I have no doubt that is Mary. I don't think Mary's motivated by doing that. I think Mary's motivated by being the very best of herself. She's an incredibly beautiful character, Mary, like a great character. And with great characters comes an ability to do things differently. And Mary has this really unique way of resetting from bad moments. Now, I'm not saying, and let me be clear, that was a bad moment for her because she's a realist. But to come out to make that save, and there's loads of others. So we talk about the ones where she positions herself right. It might have gone into her, but she positions herself right for them. We talk about the magnificent save, but I thought she was incredible today. Her kick-in, her distances on her kick-in were fantastic. And she's a big part of why we've won the game today, but also the team in front of her helped her. And she's the first one to do that. And that's the beauty of Mary, is that she's not motivated by proving others wrong. She's motivated by herself now, driven to be the best standards for herself.
Do you still see her as England's number one?
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's not my job. She's Manchester United number one, and that's all I get to pick. But she's an incredible goalkeeper. And, yeah, for me, she's my number one.
Mark, you mentioned that as a leader, you have to deal with a lot of things thrown your way. You've dealt with a fair lot of stick from fans thrown your way this season. How much is this result, the result against Chelsea, it being Chelsea in particular, getting to the cup final game, a vindication of like the project that you're building and what you like, your resolve through that period?
You know my answer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anybody's opinion is their opinion. Like, they might not like how they might not look like the colour of my hair. They might not. It doesn't matter. I'm here for them, and I'm here whether you like me, hate me, I'm still going to be the same person. I'm still going to help. I'm still here to make the team the very best. And in the moment, if I can deliver that for you and you still hate me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because I'm here to produce for you. And that's what I'm here for, the fans. I'm here for the club. I'm here to I'm here to sacrifice for that. And that's what Susie, you know me long enough. I've always been this person. Through the good times, the bad times. And let me be clear, we won nothing. We got to win into a final again. We didn't win it last year. We've got to do everything to win it against a different opponent this year.
How do you feel for Grace Clinton, who will now miss a final?
Well, Grace is a Manchester United player, so we'll see. But yeah, look, fantastic. Congratulations to Tottenham on getting to the FA Cup final as well. A real big feat for them, unfortunately for Leicester as well, because they've come fantastic distance. But we'll see what happens on the final.
Two teams that came into the league at the same time as well, now in the final. First time there's going to be a different name on the trophy since, I think, 2005. I mean, that's a huge statement of the development of the league and the growth of your two clubs as well, right?
It is, man. It's exciting, right? It's exciting. And what I say is, yeah, look, we've got a fight out, a shootout in that final. But yeah, look, I can see the growth. I can feel the growth. I can see by last year we had 14 clean sheets. We got nowhere near that this year. The game's just evolving, so teams can score at any point now. We'll welcome back old friends, Martha Thomas and so on from it wasn't at Manchester United, but she's going on to be good for Tottenham. So we'll welcome old friends in what I'm sure will be an incredibly tough final for both of us. And let's see who wins it on the day. Thank you, mate.
Anyone else?
You mentioned an incredibly tough final, beating Spurs 4-0 this season. How much of an advantage does that give? Yeah,
but if you watch the game, we did well. We punished moments. We've got them. You'll see very soon. We've got them next week. I just want to give them the credit they deserve, and they're on a fantastic run this year. Their challenge is to follow that up as well, because it's always tough when you've done it once. But I look forward to playing against them. They play a nice brand of football, and I look forward to seeing Robert and the team very soon.
After the Everton win 2 weeks ago, you said we're still going to be disappointed with how the season's gone. Does this turn this into a good season no matter what?
I'm not. For me, it's how you measure what it looks like for you as a collective. Like today, there's a massive measurement for us in that game. We've adapted. We've had to suffer without the ball. We don't like it. We didn't like it. It was horrible. But actually, we've had to suffer without it. And I can show that players back and go, there might be a 15-minute period in the game where we have to do that. And now all of a sudden they've got that experience together. So for me, it's about building experiences towards success, and that's what I'm here to do.
Okay, great. Thanks, everyone.
Team, fantastic. Thank you for your questions. Thanks for waiting. See you later. Thanks.